Ronaldinho, once celebrated as the best football player in the world, went from being a global icon to captaining the football team in one of South America's most dangerous prisons. It's a shocking fall from grace, driven by a tragic addiction that derailed his life. But Ronaldinho's story wasn't always this way. He began as a boy with big dreams, determined to lift his family out of poverty, even if it cost him everything. Growing up in Porto Alegre, Brazil, life was tough for Ronaldinho and his family. Their neighborhood was a hotbed of gangsters, criminals, and drug lords, an unsafe place for anyone, let alone a struggling family. Ronaldinho's father, João, had been a professional footballer, but was working as a welder to make ends meet. His mother, Miguelina, did makeup and later became a nurse. Despite their hard work, the family could only afford a modest wooden shack. But one thing united them: football. Every day, Ronaldinho, his brother Roberto, and their father played in the backyard or the streets. It was their escape and source of joy. João recognized his son's talent early on and dreamed of them continuing his legacy. However, money was a constant barrier. Without enough funds to buy proper football boots, João told his boys, "If you want to be the best, play barefoot." While this was a heartbreaking lie to cover their financial struggles, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Playing barefoot sharpened their skills, and soon, Roberto's talent began attracting attention. Local clubs in Brazil took notice, and Roberto was invited for trials. When he made the cut, it was a turning point for the family. Roberto's success came with life-changing benefits: a new house in the city, complete with a swimming pool. The family's hard work seemed to be paying off, and for the first time, they began to experience happiness and stability. On Roberto's 18th birthday, the family threw a celebration to mark his success. But tragedy struck. João suffered a heart attack and fell into the pool. Despite rushing him to the hospital, he didn't survive. The loss devastated the family, but it also ignited a fire in Roberto. Determined to honor his father's memory, he pushed himself harder than ever on the pitch. Roberto's efforts bore fruit as he led his team Grêmio to 3 league titles. His exceptional performance earned him a call-up to Brazil's national team. It was a dream come true. But just as he was preparing to represent Brazil, disaster struck again. Roberto suffered a career-ending knee injury, shattering his dreams of playing on the world stage. Realizing the family's hopes now rested on his younger brother, Roberto shifted his focus to Ronaldinho. At just 8 years old, Ronaldinho was raw but brimming with potential. Roberto dedicated himself to training his brother, teaching him everything their father had taught him. Ronaldinho's progress was meteoric. In a friendly match, he scored an unbelievable 23 goals, catching the attention of Grêmio, which signed him in 1998. In just 4 years, Ronaldinho became the hottest talent in Brazil. His dribbling, scoring, and flair drew massive crowds and the attention of international scouts. In 2002, Ronaldinho joined Brazil's national team and helped them win the World Cup. This victory catapulted him to global fame, and European clubs scrambled to sign him. He eventually chose Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, in 2001, signing a 5-year deal. Initially, Ronaldinho struggled to make PSG's starting lineup, but when given the chance, he dazzled, scoring in 4 consecutive games. Fans adored him, but the club noticed troubling behavior. Ronaldinho's love for partying began interfering with his training. Despite his undeniable talent, PSG decided to sell him. In 2003, Ronaldinho made a career-defining move to Barcelona, fulfilling his father's dream. At Barca, he flourished, winning every trophy imaginable, including the Ballon d'Or. His dazzling performances earned him standing ovations, even from rival fans at Real Madrid's Bernabeu. Yet, behind the scenes, Ronaldinho battled personal demons. His addiction to partying and alcohol began to overshadow his brilliance on the pitch. Barcelona's coach, Pep Guardiola, grew concerned about Ronaldinho's influence on young Lionel Messi. Despite their close friendship and Ronaldinho's mentorship of Messi, Guardiola decided not to renew his contract. Ronaldinho's departure marked the end of an era at Barcelona and a turning point in his career. He joined AC Milan in 2008 but struggled to recapture his former glory. His off-field habits persisted, and the club eventually let him go. Returning to Brazil, Ronaldinho's career dwindled. By 2015, he retired from professional football. Without a steady income, his financial situation spiraled. Desperate and drowning in debt, Ronaldinho made poor decisions that culminated in his arrest for using a fake passport in Paraguay. Sentenced to prison, Ronaldinho's life seemed irreparably broken. But even in prison, he found solace in football. Leading his team in matches, he rediscovered his love for the game. His good behavior earned him an early release, with the help of friends who posted his bail. Determined to turn his life around, Ronaldinho gave up drinking, launched business ventures, and began rebuilding his legacy. Today, Ronaldinho runs a rap studio, owns an organic gin brand, and has even inspired a video game. Reflecting on his journey, he's found peace, knowing his father would be proud of him. For the first time in years, Ronaldinho is living life on his own terms, celebrating his triumphs and making a toast to his dad's enduring legacy.